Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
Joined by John Lissy, Bill Law at the helm of Suncom.tv. Wave off camera there. On the CCIW network, you can see us on Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. You can find us on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And John, let's take a look at the starters first for MSOE. You got Mason Dopirak, Jonathan Burrows, Chase Cummings, Carson Cordelli, and Ethan Johnson. Head coach Kevin Hurd for the Blue Jays in their all-whites. Sebastian Blahout, Dominic Trellenberg, Luke Smith, Vinny Aja Hongbeta, and Aiden Boone, and we are underway in MSOE with the opening tip. This one stripped. Jabung to Boone, and that one hit from behind, and Burrows. Then the follow-up nicely by Trellenberg.
Once again, Elmhurst starts off the game scoring, and that's definitely something you need to watch out for, is this team's reliability to get offensive rebounds.
Ajahong Betta, you'll hear us talk a lot about Vinny all night long. This kid is something special. I know head coach John Baines in his 13th season talks about what he did last year as a freshman out of Moline, Illinois. And he's gotten bigger. You can see he's been in the weight room. He's stronger, he's quicker, and this kid is only a sophomore. 2-0 Blue Jays. Start this off right inside. Ajahong Betta gets a piece of that one. Here come the Blue Jays. Quick move here by Smith. There's Blahout. Ajahong Betta. Boone in the corner for three. In and out, no good. Strong board that time by Dopirak, the senior out of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And that's going to be a travel. You know anything about Manitowoc, you know that the car ferry goes right across to the city of Ludington, Michigan, where my youngest daughter lives. I've actually taken that. My mom has taken the SS Badger. It's kind of a cool deal out of Manitowoc. Closed down for the season. Here's Blahout. Drops it in the corner for three. Nothing but net for Mr. Luke Smith, the freshman out of Addison, Illinois. Makes it 5-0 Blue Jays.
Luke Smith, first three of the night for either team. Like you said, 5-0 Blue Jays here early on in the first half.
And this one's stolen away. Ajahong Betta. Quick outlet. Trellenberg counted 7-0.
Trellenberg with another great play set up by Ajahong Betta, but wow, this duo is definitely a dynamic to watch.
7 points already off turnovers for the Blue Jays. And we are only less than 2 minutes gone. They'll drop that one down low to Ethan Johnson, the 6'8" junior out of Waterton, Wisconsin. Left them all alone in the paint. When you're 6'8", it's hard to miss from there. Here's Blahout. Trellenberg. Near baseline. Backs down Burrows. There's Boone. Oh, he's going to go around his man. Oh, looked like he should have taken that shot. I think he was more open for the shot, but he was being very unselfish and trying to pass that ball away.
Yeah, Boone had a really wide open lane. Don't really know why he would have not taken that one to the lane.
Another nice move inside. This one by Carson Cordelli, the 6'5" senior out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin.
So now the Raiders have a little bit of momentum now. 4-0 run in the past 2 minutes.
3-point lead, 7-4. 17:05 left to go in the first half. There's Vinny. Luke Smith, top of the key for three. In and out, no good. Boone tried to get to it, but it goes off his hands and out of bounds.
Smith 1 for 2 on threes early on tonight. 3 points, 3 minutes in so far to this game.
Dopirak. He'll bring the ball up. Drops it off to the big man, Johnson. Here's Burrows. Drops it down inside. That one swatted away. Boone. Ajahong Betta. Coast to coast. Trellenberg.
What an all-around play started by Ajahong Betta, and then the pass, and then Trellenberg with the finish. Exactly what Elmhurst needs here.
6'5" senior out of Westchester, Nazareth High School. They're looking to go back to the state finals in football again, and Dopirak. His first points of the night, and it's 9-6. 16:10 left to go here in the first half. Ajahong Betta. Cross-court pass. Blahout for three. It hit the front of the rim, no good. Boone couldn't get positioning. Dopirak. He's definitely a spark plug for these guys. Here's Burrows. He's going to try a three near the top of the key. That one doesn't fall, but the offensive board by Cummings. Second time, Boone may have got a piece of that. Here's Smith. Smith drops it down right of the lane, in the paint. Aja Hongbeta fights for it. Gets not one but two boards. And now Johnson comes down with it for the Raiders.
Yeah, and both teams in their recent possessions just unable to get these offensive rebounds here.
Well, you can see the fierceness there for Vinny Aja Hongbeta. He is non-stop. Johnson with a floater from about 10 feet. No good. Boone with the board. 9-6, 15:08 left here in the first. Trellenberg, Aja Hongbeta. Blahoot now. He's going to move it in. Smith at the elbow. Finds Blahoot. 8 on the shot clock. Blahoot in, but he's going to be fouled by Chase Cummings, the senior from East Troy, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Blahoot's going to get sent to the line. 0 for 1 so far on field goals. 0 points, so he has an opportunity here to get his first points of the night.
Each team has gone on a run offensively. 7-0 run for the Blue Jays, 4-0 run for the Raiders. The Raiders have not led here tonight. Largest lead for the Blue Jays is 7. And we are at a timeout. But I mean, right off the bat, you see the Blue Jays with their pressure right off. I mean, it's impressive. Boone already with 3 boards. Trellenberg doing what he does. He's 3 for 3 from the field with 6 points. You got Cordell and Johnson each with 2, and Dopirak with 2 for the Raiders. They're out of the NAC. We're out of the CCIW. So, you know, the 2 closest conferences, and a little crossover here tonight at R.A. Fagano Hall here on Suncom.tv and the CCIW network. What do you see so far that you think that maybe some changes need to be made?
I feel like definitely the perimeter defense. Although Elmhurst started off strong with the 7-0 run, they got to do a little bit better in terms of their perimeter defense because they've really been allowing the Raiders to get a lot of second chances and a lot of offensive boards here early on in the game.
7 points off turnovers for the Blue Jays so far. Neither team shooting the lights out here early. 44% for the Blue Jays, 38% for the Raiders. Sebastian Blahoot, 6'2" senior out of Wooddale, Illinois, makes the first. And makes them both. The latest article in the Elmhurst University newspaper was talking about the basketball team and, you know, the leadership and the direction this team is going. Here's Burrows. What a strong move against Trellenberg. That is an effort right there. That's a lot of work. Trellenberg is a really good defender.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really hard to get past him, and Burrows winds up with his first points of the night.
There's Blahoot. Pearson. Cherry now with it. Blahoot, nice stop at the elbow. Love that stop dribble right there. Burrows gets it though. One and done for the Blue Jays. Here's Burrows. Near side, that's C.J. Valent. Valenti. Excuse me. There's a 3. That one wild. Burrows collected that one. And it's going to be Blue Jay ball. Just a bad series of possession right there for the Raiders. They just did not get the shots they wanted, and you can see choice selection was not good on that trip down the court.
Yeah, just not an overall good shot selection there from the Raiders, of course, with that air ball 3, but just not being able to get the ball at the end of that possession.
Taylon Pearson, number 21, just getting the ball right there. Hands it off to Smith. Pearson, Aja Hongbeta. He's going to drive baseline, draws the double team, turnaround jumper, just misses on that one. And the board by Valente, sophomore out of Batavia.
Aja Hongbeta 0 for 2 so far, unable to find his first points of the night.
15 on the shot clock, 13-13 left here in the first half. 11-8 Blue Jays. Side out. Foul's going to be on Elmhurst. Let's see who they gave that to. They gave that to Jeffrey Williams, freshman from Lafayette, Indiana. And that one goes off the Raiders, and another turnover. Make that 5 already for MSOE.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers early on in the game, and Elmhurst catches a lucky break here.
13:03 left here in the first half. Head coach John Baines in his 13th season. John Chang in his 4th. Melissa Schwab, Aiden Chang, Shane Miller. Williams with the screen. Aja Hong Betta just inside the free throw line. Gets his own board, scores it. Follows up his own miss and makes it look easy. Now he's got 2.
Yeah, huge possession there from Ajahung Betta, finally getting his first points of the game and picking up that massive offensive rebound.
He has matured so much in just 1 year. Yep, offensive foul. Nice call. Cordelli lowers the shoulder. No flopping on that one. That was a WWE move if I've ever seen one. He dropped that shoulder, and that one may have hurt. (13-8), 12:19 left. Williams, Smith with it, right of the lane, uses the glass. Count it. Smith now with 5.
Huge play there by Smith, just going through everyone. No one can stop him as of late. And one thing to mention, this Raiders team has not scored for the past 2 minutes and 30 seconds here.
Yeah, that's Smith. He's got himself a very quick dribble, too. And if you're not paying attention, that's going to cost you. And it looks like we have a timeout on the court. Let's take a look at what's going on. 43% for the Blue Jays, 40% for the Raiders from the field. 6 of 14 for the Blue Jays, 4 of 10 for the Raiders. Neither team shooting well from beyond the arc. 1 of 4 for the Blue Jays, 0 for 2 for the Raiders. Only 2 free throws shot, and they've been both made by Elmhurst. They're 2 of 2 for 100%. The one stat that really sticks out to me, John, is the points off turnovers. They've got 6 turnovers, the Raiders do, and the Blue Jays have converted them to 11 points.
Yeah, this Blue Jays team really does pick up on these offensive turnovers. They're really good at creating turnovers in the first place and getting these rebounds, and once they get the ball, a lot of these times they capitalize, and that's how they take the lead early in so many of these games.
Points in the paint, 10-8 in favor of Elmhurst also. Fast break points, 4-0 in favor of the Blue Jays. So, I mean, the statistical categories that you should be winning shows up on the scoreboard as 15-8, but they have connected. They've done well by converting turnovers to points, winning the battle in the paint, and winning the battle on fast break. You got to do that. If you want to be successful, you got to control the pace of the game. Whatever the game plan was that head coach John Baines in his 13th season here, this team has done it well to start off against this non-conference foe out of Milwaukee. Here's Johnson. Back over in the corner. Quick move by Cummings. They're trying to find the open 3, and that is nothing but net for DePirac.
Yeah, the Raiders with an absolutely massive possession. The best ball movement I've seen of the game for them so far.
Yeah, and you can't leave DePirac wide open. That one right off the back of the foot. Another turnover. Raiders trying to inch a little bit closer, 15-11. Quick move, scoop shot, no good by Jandusa. Here's Boone. That one down the court, another turnover. Raiders in transition on the fast break. Shot up, that's no good. Another air ball. Boone down to Smith. Back and forth we go. Smith gets it back. Looking for a teammate, can't find one. Now he does. E.J. Marshall for three, no good. Ajahong Betta with another board. And the foul looks like it's going to be on the Raiders.
Yeah, and that was just a really long sequence of no offensive possession, just back and forth. A lot of offensive boards, but no points resulting in that.
Boone with 5 boards, Ajahong Betta with 3. Vinny going to the line. He's got 2 points. His first free throws of the night. Elmhurst shooting 2 of 2. 15-11, Elmhurst. Makes the first.
Cashes in for his 3rd point of the night. Trying to extend this one here to 4.
Pearson out, Trellenberg back in. 16-11, 10:52 left. Near the halfway point of the first half. Ajahong Betta, 3 points, looking to go 2 for 2, and misses it. Cordelli with the board for the Raiders. That's the guy you got to be careful. You cannot leave Dupirak wide open, and you can't leave Cordelli wide open neither. That's his 4th point, and they're just losing them defensively.
Yeah, it looks like this Blue Jays perimeter defense as of late is just falling apart a little bit, allowing this Raiders team to get some points.
There's Trellenberg. Gets it back out. Boone for 3 in the corner. That one no good, but is he going to be fouled? Oh, I think that one's going to go on Boone.
Yeah, so Boone.
Then I don't understand. I don't see where the foul, unless that went out of play.
I think he went out of play.
Okay. Here's Burrows. Cummings in the paint. 8-footer, no good. Trellenberg with the board. Here come the Blue Jays. Ajahong Betta back over to Smith. He's not afraid to shoot from there. Why not? Here's Trellenberg, southpaw. Looking for a 3. That one didn't work. Burrows gets it. Boy, Blahout tried his best to keep it in and get it to a teammate. Here's Burrows, left of the lane, shot up. That's wild, no good. And that's going to go off Ajahong Betta. 22 on the shot clock, 9:42 on the game clock, 16-13 here in the first. Blue Jays.
Yeah, and once again, this Raiders team just getting past the Blue Jays perimeter defense, but just unable to capitalize when they go to the post.
Cummings, left-handed dribble, goes one-on-one with Ajahong Betta. And he'll drop it in. That's going to be his first points.
Raiders.
1-point lead now for the Blue Jays.
Raiders finally capitalize there, cutting the lead to 1 here.
Smith from the elbow, off from the rim, no good. And Boone's going to be guilty of another foul.
Yeah, Boone as of late has been fouling a lot. And here we go, the Raiders have a chance for the first time tonight to take the lead.
Yep, they have not led at all tonight. It's been all Blue Jays. Largest lead has been 7. Trellenberg leading away with 6 points. Dupirak, I think he was fouled on the way to the basket. Senior out of Manitowoc. This guy is solid player for the Raiders. Makes the first, knotted up 16 apiece. Mattis, Dupirak. I would say that they're probably related.
Definitely.
And makes them both.
So here we go. Raiders take the first lead of the night. Blue Jays 0 for 4 on their last 4 field goals and 2 for 11 on their last 11. So they really got to start heating up soon.
Yeah, you can see Mattis just a little bit bigger than his brother Mason. There's Trellenberg, Smith, long three, 9 on the shot clock. That's no good. Blahout with the board. Big fight down low is going to be Oliver Adams against Dupirak. Adams, 6'8". There's a three. Trellenberg starts to light it up. He's got 9.
Yeah, leads the team in scoring tonight once again with another big three, and Elmhurst regains the lead.
Burrows tries to go coast to coast. He will, and with the and one. Burrows now with 4 points, chance to make it 5.
Yeah, Burrows weaving and winding. First and one attempt of the night here.
Quick transition for the Raiders. Blue Jays playing a little bit of catch-up right there, 19-19. Burrows with 4. His first free throws. Raiders 2 of 2 tonight from the charity stripe. And he makes it. First lead for the Raiders.
And Trellenberg, leading scorer, set to inbound this ball here.
Jack Cherry gives it up to Blahout. Blahout, give and go. Trellenberg tries another three. Why not? That one off the front of the rim. Adams trying to get to it. And it's going to remain with the Blue Jays. Boy, that Oliver Adams, look at him. 6'8", 255 out of New Haven, Indiana. He could play football. That is a big kid right there.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a big guy you got to watch out for, especially late in the game when it comes to those ball scenarios.
Yep. Mattis Dupirak has his responsibility. Here's Vinny. Ajahong Betta baseline. Kicks it out, Trellenberg. That's Ajahong Betta. Oh, he almost turns that over. Had to ballet right around the official. Step back three, no good. And that's going to be Adams over the back. Now we'll see how the Blue Jays respond. Without the lead, and MSOE with a chance to extend it a little bit. 7:46 left here in the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they respond with 7:46 to go down a point. But one thing they've definitely got to work on so far in this game is their perimeter defense. They've been really good at getting these offensive rebounds, hitting some of these shots, but they've really just been letting the Raiders get past them. Although a lot of these shots don't ultimately end up going in, this perimeter defense just has to step up a little bit, and they'll get some more points on the board here.
Agreed. You take a look at the field goal percentage. Blue Jays at 32%, 44 for the Raiders. Blue Jays 7 of 22 from the field, 8 of 18 for MSOE. Neither team shooting the lights out, hence the low score here in the first half. But MSOE getting their first lead at 20-19. That could be something that could boost them, and they'll have the ball coming out of this timeout. But if you're head coach John Baines, you're just like, hey guys, let's just get back to where we started. Let's just get back to the basics, back to our game plan. No need to fret. We're only down by 1. It's not the end of the world. Let's get back to what got us here to this point.
Yeah, definitely agree. They started off on a red-hot run, 7-0 to start the game, but right now they're 1 for 8 on their last 8 field goals, so they've really got to pick up the pace here.
Jandusa gives it off to Dupirak. Now Burrows. Burrows in the lane. Oh, almost traveled. That's Cummings. 8 on the shot clock. Cummings trapped in the far corner. Now going to try to drive baseline on Boone. 2 seconds. That's going to be a shot clock violation. First one of the night. Good defense by the Blue Jays. Now that's what you do when you come out of a timeout. You get a stop. Now you need to convert.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to capitalize off that momentum. But if you're the Raiders, you got to know that they have a plan coming out of that timeout, and you got to get a shot off, even if it's a bad shot.
Here's Cherry, Jack Cherry, sophomore out of Carmel, Indiana. Pearson gets Trellenberg, baseline. He's trapped in there. Here's Boone. Looks like he wanted to go right. Boone, nice spin move by the big man. Jahong Betta, Cherry, Trellenberg, 10 seconds. He'll try a three. Count it! Nothing but net. He's got 12 points already. That's his second three. He's now 2 of 4.
Yeah, Trellenberg with the absolutely massive three to get the crowd in it. Team leading point score, 12 points so far.
That one almost turned over, and you can see the pressure. All the Blue Jays now ignited by that second three by Trellenberg. Dominic Trellenberg, the 6'5" senior out of Westchester, Nazareth High School, right there on Ogden Avenue. A powerhouse in pretty much everything.
They had J.J. McCarthy as well.
They did. Jim Tomei, his son. He's the coach for the baseball team. 22-22. If you know anything about baseball, Jim Tomei played with the White Sox, Cleveland. He was a stud.
Yeah, he's an MLB legend.
How about this? Another three. He's got 3 back-to-back.
He has been ice cold all game, leading the team with 15 points. Outstanding so far.
3 of 5 from beyond the arc for 15 points for Trellenberg. Back to a 3-point lead, 25-22. Here come the Blue Jays. Boone. Boone gets it. Oh, he should have been fouled right there. No call. Fast break points. Now with 8. Pirak gives it off to Cummings. 27-22. Here's Johnson trying to back down Boone. Jahong Betta, quick hands. Deflected that one into the stands.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays, as of recently, catching fire 3 for 3 with their last 3 field goals. And Trellenberg, outstanding, 3 for 5 on the night in 3-pointers.
Right in front of the student section here at R.A. Fagino Hall. Pearson falls down. Boone falls down. Are we going to get a jump ball? No, we got a timeout by Kevin Hurd in his 4th season. He'll only have 3 seconds to work when he comes out of this timeout. Otherwise, it's going to be a second.
Yeah.
Shot clock violation. Well, I tell you, the intensity defensively on both sides has been pretty impressive here in the last couple minutes.
For sure. Things have really picked up as of late. Both teams going at it. Actually, both teams 3 for 3 on their last field goals. The crowd's getting into it. Everyone's really getting into it. But after they come back from this timeout, they need to learn from their past mistake last possession. They got to get the ball out.
You want a T-shirt? Let's get a T-shirt.
Ooh.
The athletic director. He's got a good arm. Oh!
Oh, I just got a T-shirt. I got you.
No! Oh! Wait, that was an infant small. That would have fit right around my neck. Oh, Glenn, that was a great throw.
I would have kept that one, but the thing is, I have that exact T-shirt at home.
Stolen. Jahong Betta. Here's the Blue Jays in transition. He wants to go coast to coast. Turn around. No good. Pearson almost got that board. 5:08 left. Jahong Betta. Oh, loses the handle. Keeps it in. Oh, he wanted to so bad. I think he wanted to dunk that one.
That would have been a potential highlight reel.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. Now let's see what he does here. I like calm, cool, and collected. Here's Cherry trying to get it to Jahong Betta. Here's Burrows on the steal. Shot up and good.
Yeah, Burrows red hot as of recently, and this play really shows that little fake and then the layup. What a play.
He's got 7 points, 27-24, 4:30 left here in the first half. Pearson just shy of the elbow, tried to use the glass, no good. Johnson with the board.
One shot could tie it up here for the Raiders, a 1-possession game.
Pirak, nice spin, silhouette, or pirouette, excuse me. Now Trellenberg with the steal. Smith. And it looks like Blahout coming back in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And Jeffrey Williams will also be coming back in. And yet another timeout. 27-24, 4:02 left here in the first half. Close game between these non-conference, I would say regional rivals, not too far away from Milwaukee.
Yeah, definitely not too far. And both these teams, of course, as of late, have been heating up, and it's really been swinging both ways, with both teams catching momentum and both teams catching fire as of late. But one thing, I feel like if Boone steps up here, they will have a better chance, because Boone 2 games ago was outstanding, hitting a 3 to spark up the momentum, spark up the crowd, and he's really been a little bit quiet today. I feel like if he gets a couple of big shots, the crowd's going to get in it. They're going to be forced to guard him. And I just think overall, if Boone steps up, this team has a way better shot at winning.
Well, John's talking about Aiden Boone, the 6'5 sophomore out of Libertyville, Illinois. 230 pounds. This guy is solid. He is a force in the paint. Reminds me a lot, and I have no problem saying this, reminds me a lot of Charles Barkley down low. He commands the respect, but he's versatile. I mean, and the thing is, to be a big man and be versatile like that, I mean, that just opens up your bag of tricks. How many different things can you do? And we've seen Boone doing an awful lot. Lahoot inbounding, 21 on the shot clock, 4:02 on the game clock. Schellenberg, Cherry, Williams, and Smith out there for the Blue Jays. Smith, Luke Smith out of Addison. He's only a freshman. Here's Williams, top of the key, swings it to Cherry. 7 seconds. Cherry, Pirak steals that one. That was Mattis, the 6'5 senior. Here's his brother, dropping the shoulder down. Loses the handle, throws that one up. Cummings gets it. And we have a whistle, and that's going to go against the Raiders.
Ooh, and the Raiders catch an unlucky break here, and let's see if Elmhurst can capitalize off of this.
It was kind of a sloppy possession there, both ways, to be honest with you. And the Raiders, I just think they just tried to put the horse in front of the carriage, or the carriage in front of the horse, and just couldn't do it. Here's Blahoots. Left of the lane, right of the lane, goes up, but he's going to be fouled by Cummings. Good play there by Sebastian. Out of Wooddale, Illinois, went to Lake Park High School, the senior, 6'2 senior. We go to the line. Lahoot with 2 points, all via the free throws. (28-24), a 4-point lead for Elmhurst with 3:21 left here in the first half.
Yeah, and that free throw right there that he just sunk makes it a 2-possession game with 3:21 left to go here.
Elmhurst, historically solid from the free throw line. We've seen that through the years. Now 5 of 6. Pirak drops it off to his brother. Down low, Williams can't cover him.
They have that brother connection there.
And what do we got here? And there's going to be a foul away from the ball. It's a technical. Technical on Chase Cummings. Said something on the way back to the bench. That's not good. Schellenberg will go up for the free throw and get it.
Yeah, if you're the Raiders in the close game, you really just cannot afford to be giving technical fouls like that.
No, 3 points. You're right. You can't do it. You gotta rein in your anger, and if you're upset, I mean, say it when you're over in the huddle. But if the officials can hear it, they're going to tee you up every time.
Yeah, you really just cannot afford to make a mental mistake like that. If it's a physical mistake,
right,
you get it. It happens sometimes.
And that's a big swing right there, because they got 2 free throws, and they're going to get the possession.
Yeah, so it was a close game, and now it's slipping away a little bit. Elmer's gaining some momentum off of that technical.
31-26 is your score. Luke Smith brings the ball up over the timeline. Lahoot, Boone, give and go. Near wing, Ajahong Betta. He wanted to drive. Boone, way outside for three, no good. Aja Hong Betta tried to get to it and goes off his fingertips and out of bounds. Aja Hong Betta, 3 points, 3 boards, has an assist, played 14 long minutes already.
Yeah, Boone just unable to connect on that 3 there.
Pirak, boy, I tell you, what a screen. Set by Cordelli.
Yeah, all night he's been outstanding with screens, setting up a lot of these points for the Raiders here.
Smith, long 3, that one off the back of the iron, no good. Mattis, Pirak with the board.
Yeah, Elmhurst, no field goals in the last 3.5 minutes.
Boy, the Raiders lose to Pirak, almost lose it, gives it up to Burrows. 13 on the shot clock, $1:58 on the game clock. There's a turnover, tries to get it to Trellenberg. Now this is stripped away by Burrows, and the Raiders will slow it down. Oh, you can tell they are gassed. Both teams right now running on empty. Pirak, and he's going to be fouled by Blahout.
Yeah, just a lot of action back and forth there. 2 scoreless possessions, and right now 6 for 6 is this Raiders team in terms of field goals, and the Blue Jays 0 for 4 so far.
Dalen Pearson, sophomore out of Westchester, also went to Nazareth, guilty of the foul. Oh, wait, they gave that one to Aja Hong Betta. Pearson checks back in. Or checks back, he just checked back out. MSOE, 6 of their last 6. Blue Jays 0 for the last 4. No field goals in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Down to a 1-point lead. Here's Blahout. Driving baseline. Tries to get a miraculous shot up. That one didn't work. And it's going to be MSOE ball. Oh boy. Raiders with a chance here with $1:27 left in the first half. You talk about momentum going into a locker room. I mean, they trailed most of the night. They've led by as much as 1. And their lead came back at 8:17. Pirak gets it to roll. Friendly roll. Wow.
Yeah, like you said, they trailed most of the night, and if they could get have the lead going into the half, that could be a huge momentum shift for them.
Aja Hong Betta can't get that one to fall. This will stay with the Blue Jays. But you take a look, Mason Dupirak, 15 points. That guy is on fire. His brother, 2, with a couple big boards. Smith tried to throw it into Boone, can't do it. Johnson with it. He's going to try to go coast to coast. Rolls it in and good. 31 for the Blue Jays, 34 for the Raiders. Here's Smith. Aja Hong Betta. Pearson. Trellenberg for 3. Good. My gosh, he is locked in. That's his 4th three-pointer, and we're knotted up 34 apiece.
Wow, Trellenberg with another massive 3, extending his points to 20 on the night.
I know head coach John Baines not happy about that. He's happy about the basket, but how we got to this point. Burrows. Johnson for 2, just inside. And the Blue Jays will have the final shot. 36-34. Blue Jays trail by 2. Shot clock off. Here's Smith. Trellenberg, they're not going to give him much room. Yes, they do. Just misses another 3, and they're just going to hold that one. And the Raiders will go into halftime with their largest lead of the night, 36-34. And boy, for the Blue Jays, a lot of missed opportunities early, and they allowed the Raiders to stay around, and enough to where they now have a 2-point lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a huge momentum shift to be losing the game almost constantly. You start off the game with a 7-0 run, losing, and then you go into halftime leading. You have all the momentum on your way. It's just what can you do in the second half, and what can you capitalize off of? And honestly, the Raiders have been playing a pretty solid game overall. They just have to step up with getting some of these offensive rebounds. If they could have just got half of those offensive rebounds, potentially they could have had 3 or 4 more shots, and who knows, the lead could have been even bigger, but who knows, we'll have to wait till the second half.
Dominic Trellenberg with 20 points leads all scorers. And for the Raiders, Mason Pirak with 15, Burrows with 7. We're at halftime, 36-34 Raiders. Thank you for joining us.
My name is Joni Ducaille, and I'm the proud mom of a Blue Jay, Ethan Ducaille, a member of the ELSA program here at Elmhurst University. As a young man with autism growing up in Evanston, Illinois, Ethan had choices, but also a lack of choices that his peers also had. And he saw his friends going off to college, but he was unsure about where his path was headed. So upon his graduation from the main program at ETHS, Ethan chose to attend the ETHS transition program. While he was completing the transition program, Ethan grew into the desire to want to attend a university. My husband and I were thrilled about it, but I think that his experience at ELSA has been so much more profound because he really did choose it for himself.
The ELSA program has been around for 20 years, and it was developed by Lou Doty, who had an idea to create a program for students to come to the university that had cognitive disabilities or other differing abilities. There are a lot of unique attributes of the program. The things that I like to see for students and growth have a lot to do with the different activities, the clubs, and organizations that they can be part of, the housing pieces where students can live on campus, and also if they have an interest area, they can take a course, any course on campus, and be able to focus and maybe get an extra certificate in that area. And then we also have a core set of courses where students can expand skills and career, and that's really important as part of our program.
The ELSA program preps students for real-life scenarios that they're going to encounter. They'll do classes like any other degree-seeking student would, and then eventually they're working their way up to career-focused things like they go off into different internships.
A lot of students will have, by the time they graduate, 4 to 6 internships. They start on campus and then they move off campus, so that by the time they graduate, they have a good focus on where they're going to go, ideas on strength areas that they have, and they have good interviewing skills to get jobs.
When students come in as first-year ELSA students, it is their first time being away from their parents, their first time ever being alone. So we provide a lot of support with that transition. Maybe they need help making a time management schedule for their day, or sometimes we can go in and help mediate roommate conflicts.
I think my favorite memories for the ELSA program really have to do with new student orientation. Students come in, it's a little overwhelming. What I see is that sense of belonging after those 3 to 5 days that they've been on campus. It's a special time for students to connect. And by the time they get to that first class, they know people on campus, they know how to get around. It's really fun to see students come in, needing a lot of support and then being very independent by the time they leave.
You know, I had been a mom who was very engaged with his special education in high school. I was at every event, I met every teacher, I knew their cell phone numbers, and that can get a little bit claustrophobic for a young man growing up. And Elmhurst was his place. It was his school, it was his choice. And so when we arrived at that first homecoming, it was like he was showing us his place, and that was one of the first times that had ever happened.
So those growth pieces that we see have to do with self-advocacy and having students be able to make decisions about what they want to do on campus, and they're able to make their own choices and able to change their choices in the future.
Just because a student has a disability doesn't mean they can't go off and go to college or get a job or do different things.
This type of diversity, like cognitive diversity, has helped this university immensely. It teaches people to communicate and think differently because it immerses us in that. And it really teaches us how to treat others.
As he moves forward as an adult with special needs, I could see those glimmers of the opportunity where he was going to make this himself. And I think Elmhurst has played a big role in that.
That growth piece is it's huge to watch, and that's why we like to connect back. We have an alumni group, and they're always welcome to come back to the alumni group and participate.
Being an Elmhurst alumni, I think will always ground him and be a place where he feels that he achieved, he did it on his own, and that he'll be a part of the Blue Jay family.
I transferred here from College of DuPage. Transferring to Elmhurst from COD has been amazing. It's just such an easy process. Just getting the paperwork done, making sure you have all your credits. It was really important to me too, just because I'm the first in my family to go to college in the United States. So they made sure that I have everything that I need to make sure that I do succeed here. The advice I would give to fellow community college students would be to come visit the campus. There's always students here that know the life and everything that's going on around here. And also plan out your next move with the counselors. What classes you want to take at Elmhurst, or maybe if the better move is to stay and get a couple classes done and then transfer. Really, the counselors are amazing because they're your, one-stop shop to making sure you get everything done in order to succeed at Elmhurst. You come in here and it just feels really comfortable and you just feel like you're reaching a really great goal in your life.
Hi, my name is Krista Paunan. I'm the Program Director for the Doctorate of Nursing Practice here at Elmhurst University. Getting an advanced degree opens so many doors, whether that be in formal management roles, faculty, or being at the bedside leading projects to improve patient outcomes. Our DNP program is for students who are ready to become the bridge between the gap that can sometimes exist between research and practice. They will come to the table with a systems-based project that they will then work throughout their 7 semesters with us. Our program is a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous experiences. Students will work closely with your faculty and your cohort of students. These students will come from a variety of settings and bring with them different experiences. And then that will create a richer dialogue that you'll have during your synchronous time so you can really understand the concepts, apply them, and then see how you can then use them in your project to help your system advance. Our DNP program does have clinical that's weaved throughout the program. It begins in your first semester, and you start to work with not only your preceptor, but a faculty mentor and the faculty within your course. So you're provided support from all 3 resources as you navigate your journey. Our programs were created with the busy nurse in mind. The faculty at Elmhurst take a vested interest in your success. We are here to walk alongside you as you navigate this journey. We have a variety of experiences we can bring to the classroom and provide a true richness in our discussion and application of the concepts. And we want you to be successful. We want you to walk across that stage. Anyone who's thinking, is it the right time to go back to school? They may never have the right answer for that question. The good news is it's never the wrong time to invest in yourself. It's never the wrong time to take a leap, to do something that challenges you, that will help you grow.
I take most of my classes at Triton College, and then I take a class or 2 at Elmhurst to kind of get a feel of like what I want my plan to be when I come here and get a feel of the whole campus with clubs and activities and everything. I think the major difference between the two is that Elmhurst really is a community sense, while as the 2-year university, you're really preparing to move on. So those professors are really striving to teach you everything that they can within the short period that they have you, while as in a 4-year university, they have you for a little bit longer so they can really develop like a relationship with you and like help you grow as a person. It's awesome to be able to feel at home at a 4-year university before you fully commit.
Welcome back. Halftime has concluded. We're ready to get things underway here in the second half. The Raiders with a 2-point lead, 36-34. I'm Bill Downing, joined by John Lissy, Bill Law, our producer-director. As we get we got to put you on camera. You deserve to be on camera, Bill. You should be. You should be. You're on the CCIW network, suncom.tv, Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Blue Jays will start. They're going right to left. Down by 2. They led as many as 7. There's Vinny Aja Hongbeta. Nice move in the paint.
Yeah, Aja Hongbeta right away gets his Elmhurst team off to a hot start, tying the game.
That was a great move. If Johnson tried to come over and swat that one away. for Vinny. That's his third point. Pirek misses an easy shot, and just like that, Blahout gives it right back to the Raiders.
Yeah, and once again, this Raiders team really struggling to get these offensive rebounds, but just caught a lucky break there.
Vinny Ajahong-Beta, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field. Got 3 boards. Raiders, second chance. Vinny Ajahong-Beta's going to pick up the foul. That's going to be his second.
Yeah, so far, Ajahong-Beta, 5 points, 2 for 8 field goal, and 0 for 1 so far tonight behind the arc.
Yeah, this is setting up to be a barn burner. 36-36. It could come down to the final shot. Here's Johnson for the Raiders. Pirek tries to double. Unbelievable over Boone and Blahout. Well, you look back at that one, it almost looked like it was an overhead shot that he threw up right there. He's got 17.
A little Tim Duncan kind of play there off the backboard.
Here's Boone for 3. Count it. Top of the key for the big man.
Boone with a much-needed 3, the first of this half,
Blue
setting
Jays
the tone.
With a 1-point lead, 39-38. What a shot by the big man. Boone with 5 points. Pirek gets it out. Burrows for 3. That's no good. Boone with a big board. Here comes Smith and the Blue Jays. Fast break. Blahout for 3. That one's way off. We can see it right from here. And Ajahong-Beta, what a smart play by the sophomore. Threw it right off of Cordelli and saves what was a bad shot that time. Now they get another opportunity. 20 seconds. That one's stolen by Burrows. Just like that. Boy, some mistakes by the Blue Jays they would never have made. Here's Cummings for 3. He had a good look. That one didn't fall. Here's Trellenberg. He's going to try another 3. Why not? My gosh, is he on fire. That is his 5th three-pointer. He's now 5 of 8 from downtown. 23 points for Dominic Trellenberg.
Yeah, leading the team in points. I mean, he's been absolutely outstanding. Like you said, 23 points, but 5 for 8 from the three-point line. You rarely see that. 6-0 run in the course of the last minute and 5 seconds here for the Blue Jays.
Here's Johnson, picked up defensively by Boone. Switches to Pirek. Cummings for 3. That one didn't drop. Boone with another board. Boone is active. That's his 6th board. Pearson coast to coast.
Once again, another coast-to-coast play like you mentioned, set up by Boone, and he's been all over the paint tonight, catching a lot of these boards.
Well, you talk about some great lineage. His brother was one of the best players I've ever seen here at Elmhurst University. Just continues the Pearson name here at Elmhurst. Second foul by Pearson. Team's 3rd. Pirek, step back. That one no good. Boone with another board. Boone now with 7. There's Ajahong-Beta. Smith between the rings. Now on the near wing. Almost loses the dribble. He does. Cummings picks it up. Now Johnson. Boy, some uncharacteristic turnovers by the Blue Jays here as of the last couple minutes. Johnson baseline. Down on the ground. That one loose. Blue Jays come up with it. Sloppy play by both sides. Ajahong-Beta. He's going to go coast to coast, but he's fouled. And I believe that's going to be on Cordelli.
Yeah, the Blue Jays on an 8-0 run over the past 2 minutes, 19 seconds. And this Raiders team really needs to pick something up. 0 for 4 on their past 4 field goals here.
Aja Hongbeta has got 5 points. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Team shooting 7 of 8, and that hot streak continues. (45-38). Second one for Vinny, and misses it. Mattis, Upirak, 6'5" senior out of Manitowoc, gets the board. Here's his brother, Mason. Trapped over in the corner. Here's Burrows. 10 on the shot clock. Tries to drop it down low to Upirak, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, they had to get rid of that one quickly, but not in that fashion. Tried to get some kind of lay there, but just ultimately a little bit over the head, just
15th turnover already for the Raiders here. They're shooting 52%, the Blue Jays, with the 7-point lead, only shooting 38%. A lot of those shots coming from downtown via Trellenberg. He's got 5 threes. There's Pearson for a 3. That one in and out, no good. No, that was John Witcher, excuse me, the senior from Hudson, Wisconsin, with that 3. Well, it's good to see him back out there, too. Upirak for 3, nothing for but net for the big man.
It's going to be another big 3.
Got 5. Yeah, that's the bigs are able to shoot from out there. This is going to be, here's Cherry for 3. I don't think they needed that one. Williams almost over the back. 45-41 Blue Jays. Here's Cummings. Upirak. And the offensive foul. Lowered the shoulder. That's a good call. Pearson draws what was known as a charge back in the days. Timeout on the court. Dominic Trellenberg, 23 points to lead everybody. Here's some ridiculous numbers. 23 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown, perfect from the free throw line, 2 of 2, 3 rebounds, and assists, and has played 22 minutes.
Wow.
Mr. Everything tonight.
I mean, that's truly what he's doing tonight, everything. I mean, he's been outstanding, of course, leading not only his team, but everyone on the court with 23 points, still with 15 minutes to go. Who knows, he could easily get 30, 35 plus, but not only is he knocking down all these threes, 5 for 8 on the night, he's been hitting these mid-range field goals too, 8 for 11. I mean, he's been outstanding all game long.
Mason, Upirak leading the way for the Raiders, 17 points, 6 of 8 from the field. Perfect from downtown, 1 of 1, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 boards, and played 23 minutes. That's been an outside shooting show for the Blue Jays. A lot of interior scoring by the Raiders, utilizing their big men. Coming out of the timeout, it's a 4-point lead. 15:09 left. Women dispatch Kalamazoo College, the Hornets, for their second win of the season. Men looking to remain perfect. Here's Cherry. Witcher. Wahoo top of the key. Now far wing, drives right to the baseline. Here's Boone. Nice spin move by the big man, and there's a late foul.
Yeah, Boone once again drawing another foul, but a huge spin move to set it up.
But the big man, I tell you, he's got some good moves. 6'5", 230. Pretty agile for the big man down low. He'll go to the line. First free throw shot by Aiden today. Team shooting 8 of 10, and he makes that. Nothing but net. Second one for Boone. 46-41. And he makes it look easy.
Yeah, Boone hits both, goes 2 for 2, extending the Blue Jays lead to 47-41 here.
6-point lead now for the Blue Jays. Some work for the Raiders. Don't breathe life into this MSOE team because they will snake bite you. You got to be careful. They'll come right up, take a chunk out of you. Dupirak, that one partially deflected. Boone with another board. That one stolen. Mattis Dupirak gives it up to his brother and scores.
Yeah,
how about that? The brother-brother combination.
Yeah, the brother-brother combination is really hard to stop, of course. Boone picking up the huge rebound, but just unable to capitalize on it.
Some unselfish play. There's Blahoots. Count it. He's got 6. First field goal in a long time for Mr. Sebastian Blahout.
Yeah, another highlight reel play with that pump fake.
Here's Burrows. Oh, and he got away with one. Now the call. Looked like an elbow right to the chops of Blahout. Some personnel changes on both sides. Second foul that time. Dupirak. Mattis with the foul. Cherry, Boone, now Cherry. Right elbow. Stop and drop, didn't work. Bodies flying everywhere. Here comes Gendusa. Quick move, Valente. Dupirak, Mattis. Gives it off to Cummings. That one blocked out of there by Vinny. Ajahong Betta. But the persistence by Cummings pays off.
Yeah, and this Raiders team does not give up in the paint. Even with blocks, they keep being persistent and they keep going at it.
Here's Cherry. Blahout in the corner. One-on-one with Gendusa. Kicks it out, Boone. He wanted to try a 3. He's going to drive baseline. And the offensive foul. He was out of control.
Yeah, and it's
good play by Cummings.
It's really a hard situation to be in. Once you're in that levitated spot, it's really hard to stop, and there's really nothing you can do at that point but just take the foul.
12:49 left in this one. For the Blue Jays. At Illinois College on Saturday, at DePaul University, and UW Whitewater, at Wheaton. Don't return home until December 13th when they welcome in the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. That's going to be a good one. And then if you know anything about Greenville University, that is a team, I'll talk about that here in just a second. That's a team that shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots. And their head coach realizes they shoot 150. Cummings drives. They'll put up 150 to 200 shots a game.
Wow.
Now, his philosophy is the ball will go down. They have led the nation in all Division 1, 2, and 3 quite a few years in a row. Here's Blahout. That one swatted out of there by Johnson. In points per game, I did a game over at Dominican University, 150 to like 140. I mean, they are averaging, they're going to give up 120 points a game.
Wow.
They feel that they can score 130 and win every one. Witcher.
And those are the tough teams to play when they just put up shot after shot. They know eventually something's going to go in.
Short baseline shot. Ajahong Betta comes down with the board. Yeah, that's an interesting team to follow. They will shoot the lights out. There's a 3. Another one by Trellenberg.
Yeah, Trellenberg drains another huge 3 here. 26 points on the night. Red hot.
6 of 9 from beyond the arc. My gosh. And that's going to be an offensive foul, and the Blue Jays Uncle Mo, momentum, as we call it. 52-47. Now you can kind of feel a little wave going here for the Blue Jays. Another timeout. But Trellenberg has got to have the MVP. 26 points, 9 of 12 from the field, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. That is ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, 26 points, of course, is outstanding, but usually most of those come from mid-range. But now, like you said, all these points coming from threes. 9 for 12. We have a little t-shirt toss action here. And yeah, 11:27 to go. Blue Jays up by 5. They got a lot of momentum on their side, and you really just need to stop Trellenberg, especially from behind the arc.
Yeah, he has been lights out for the Blue Jays. And Mason DePirac has been lights out for MSOA. 19 points, 7 of 10. It's perfect from the free throw line and from beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 4 boards. Boone with 7 points and 8 boards. He's approaching a possible double-double. He's the only one even close to that category.
Yeah, he's been struggling this game as of recent in terms of getting points, but he's gotten a lot of boards, which have set up a lot of possession opportunities, which of course have resulted in points. But even though he doesn't really show much on the scoreboard tonight, deep in those stats, he really does show up.
He's John Liss, Bill Law to my right. I'm Bill Downing. 11:25 left here in this non-conference tilt. Nice move. Boone in the paint. Too strong that time. Boone goes flying. That was a great look that time. Smith had a good look at him as far as trying to make that Blahooch on the pass.
Yeah, that was a really good pass, expecting Boone to be there in the paint.
Dirac, pop and drop. That one didn't fall. He's looking for his 21st point. But Trellenberg again gets the ball, bounces it off his foot, and gives it right back to the Raiders.
Yeah, not what you need, especially in this part of the game, deep in your territory here.
Dirac in the paint. Shot up, no good. Fight for it that time. Cordelli comes down with it. And Dirac does what he's done all night. He's got 22 points now, and that's his second 3.
Yeah, another huge 3, and this crowd's really getting into a 2-point game with 10:30 to go here.
Blahooch, Trellenberg, they're not going to give him much room to breathe. Now Boone, step back 3, no good. Trellenberg out of nowhere with the board. Finds Blahooch, fresh 20. Pearson, he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3.
Yeah, great awareness there by the Blue Jays, and even better ball movement. Huge.
And the big man, Ethan Johnson, just could not stop his momentum. For Pearson, his first free throws, he has 2 points tonight. And misses the first. They're struggling from the line. Something you don't want to do right here.
Yeah, especially in this situation. Let's see if we can knock down the third one here.
And misses all of them. Now remember that as we approach the halfway point of the second.
Yeah, you can just not afford to go 0 for 3 in this segment of the game.
No, you're going to see if the Raiders connect here how important those free throws were. Foul's going to be on Jeffrey Williams, the 6'4" freshman out of Lafayette, Indiana.
And And with this possession, the Raiders could potentially take the lead here with a big 3.
Don't think for a second they're not thinking that. Here's Cummings. Yeah, they want that lead. They want to hold on to it. Tarak. Wild shot up that time by Cordelli. And it's going to remain with the Raiders with 8 seconds on the shot clock, 9:39 on the game clock.
Yeah, after going...
Blue Jays only shooting 35%.
Yeah, it's really interesting numbers. 35 compared to Raiders, 50%.
This one knocked out again. Now only 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, this shot clock time is really just winding down. The second they get it in, they have to get a shot off.
Burrows, they got it inbound close. There's a quick shot and good. Nothing but net for 24 points. And Mason Dupirak. Here's Smith with a step back. That one doesn't fall. That is Dupirak with the board. And we're knotted up 52 apiece. Raiders looking to take a lead as they approach 9 minutes left here in the second half. Here's Burrows. Oh, Pearson almost had the strip on Cordelli. Dupirak finds Cordelli in the paint. Count it. They're so worried about Dupirak. They leave the big men alone in the paint. And they got to be careful, too, because he was sitting there a little bit longer than 3 seconds. The official's going to have to take a look at that. Here's Pearson. Now the Blue Jays not forced to shoot a 3. They just need to stay consistent. A basket, a good look. Here's Blahoots. Trellenberg.
You wonder if going 0 for 3 at the line could come back to haunt you later in the game.
Fresh 20. Trellenberg got his own board and timeout, 30-second timeout. Head coach John Baines will take a breather, and he's just got to regroup these guys. Right now they're not playing Blue Jay basketball, and he realized that, and that's why he did what he did right there. Just goes to show the knowledge this guy has. I mean, he has got his finger on the button. He knows exactly when to take these timeouts. And it's only a 30-second. So we'll keep it right here, and it's only a 2-point lead for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's an outstanding coach, one of the best in the conference, almost a veteran-like coach entering his 13th season, and he knows after going 0 for 3, that kind of sucked the life out of them, sucked the momentum out of them, and he needed to call a big timeout here, get a big regroup, and this next possession is going to be huge here.
Yep, they just have to be careful with it. They got 14 left on the shot clock, 8:18 left here in our second game of a doubleheader. Women dispatch Kalamazoo College, the Hornets. They're 2-1 on the season. Talked to head coach Cameron Tucker about the team and the play from earlier tonight. Very, very pleased. Head coach John Baines is another guy, straight shooter. When you talk to him, he'll tell you what he liked, and he'll definitely tell you what he didn't like and what he needs to do to fix it. He knows what he needs to do. These kids have bought into this system. And in my book, you're looking at a future Hall of Fame coach right there in John Baines.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's been outstanding, leading this team to so many deep playoff runs, and, of course, 2022, leading them to the finals.
Yeah, the runner-up. I mean, they were in that game, too. That was fun to watch. All right, here's Cherry. 8 seconds. Ajahong Beta. Blahoot. Got to do something. Blahoot. Spin move. Turnaround jumper. That one hits the rim. That's no good. Dupirak comes down with it for the Raiders. Largest lead has been 3 by the Raiders. And Mattis Dupirak cruising to the basket. Now 4. Has a 4-point lead, and that's their biggest lead tonight. Smith slings that one. That one hit a couple bodies on the way by, and it's going to be another turnover number 12 for the Blue Jays. They did not need that at that point. They needed a good possession.
Oh, yeah, that's the last thing you need. And again, 12 turnovers, just so many costly turnovers, especially at this late portion of the game. But Boone subbed in here, so he's definitely going to be a presence to watch in the paint.
Trellenberg with 26. Mason DePirac with 24. These guys combined 50 points between the two. DePirac, give and go. That one didn't work. Trying to find Valente, cruising the baseline. Here's Cherry. And that's going to be a double dribble on Blahout.
Blue Jays can just not find any rhythm right now. Of course, the Raiders on a 9-0 run in the past 3.5 minutes. Just nothing the Blue Jays have done recently has really worked for them.
No, and they keep turning the ball over and making uncharacteristic mistakes, John, and that's something that this team doesn't do. Boone and DePirac. Now Burrows, 16 on the shot clock, under 7 left to go here in the game. Burrows drives baseline, goes up. Rajahong Betta says not tonight. Vinny, will he try to go coast to coast? He loses it, gets it back. Here's Trellenberg. Boone, Cherry. Now they'll settle it down. Here's Blahout. Near elbow, he'll pull it back out. Boone for 3, count it. The big man, now with 10.
Huge 3, that's exactly what the Blue Jays needed. And like you said, Boone eclipsing double digits tonight.
He is 1 rebound away from a double-double. Here's Burrows. And it looks like Cherry going to be called for a foul away from the ball. As a coach, you do not like fouls away from the basketball. You don't like fouls, period. Chase Cummings, the senior from East Troy, Wisconsin, will go to the line, 56-55. Cummings, 6 points. First free throws for him, and he makes it. Blue Jays 10 of 15 from the free throw line. Raiders remain perfect. 6 of 6, make it 7 of 7. Back to a 3-point lead with 6:08 left. I think Cummings picks up the foul there. That's going to be his 3rd. Trellenberg. Rajahong Betta on the far wing. Here's Cherry, wild 3. That one, no chance from the beginning. Cordelli with the board. Burrows, 18 on the shot clock. Drives just into the paint and then right of the block. DePirac had a really good look. Cherry with the board. Here's the Blue Jays.
And the Blue Jays really have to get something going. 1 for 7 on their last 7 field goals right now would be huge.
Yep, can't win it with a 3. Just get a good basket. Boone, he'll try the 3 anyway. Why not? Boone, 13 points. That's his 3rd three-pointer. It's 58-58. As I say, you can't win with a 3. He ties it up with a 3.
Yeah, Boone has been absolutely lights out. 2 threes in the past couple minutes. Wow.
2 Blue Jays in double digits. Trellenberg 26, 13 for Boone. Pirac drops it in there. Blahout with the steal. Blue Jays can take the lead with a basket. Pearson and Smith getting ready to check in for Elmhurst. Here's Blahout. Rajahong Betta. 1-on-1 with Burrows. Turnaround baseline, count it. He's got 8.
Rajahong Betta again, another massive play. Up by 2 with 4:20 to go.
Timeout Raiders.
Like I mentioned earlier on at halftime, Boone, of course, didn't really quite show up on the score sheet, but really got a lot of boards. And now, once he's showed up on the score sheet, he has put this team back in the game. They took a 2-point lead. He had 2 absolutely massive threes in the span of 2 to 3 minutes, and it really got the crowd in. It really got the momentum. And Boone is always consistent when it comes to getting boards, but when he can produce offensively and get threes, it's really hard to stop this team.
Yeah, you mentioned a nice crowd here on the 19th of November. Gosh, I almost said December. On a Wednesday night here on the campus of Elmhurst University. You're watching us live on the CCIW network, suncom.tv, and Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. If you missed any of the action, that game will be up later on social media, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's Bill Law all the way to my right, John Lissy to my right, and I'm Bill Downing. 4:20 left, and it's a tight one. We figured it was going to be, but the Blue Jays allowing the Raiders to just hang in there, and it's like one of them stains in that shirt. You just can't get out. The Raiders will not go away.
Yeah, like you said, they will not go away and they will not give up. And both of these teams could come out with a win. You just cannot make any bad mistakes here. You just really have to play your game, be conservative, and maybe here and there take a couple big shots, but just no costly mistakes.
Mason Dupirak, 24 points, 9 of 15 from the field. He's played 33 minutes. Dominic Trellenberg with 26 points. He's played 23 minutes. Big men for each side. There's Dupirak. Picked up by Pearson. Pearson got a quick hand. Pearson with the steal. Aja Hong Betta. Way too many Raiders down there. Smart move. Here's Smith. Instead of push the issue. Vinny. Nice crossover dribble. Baseline right underneath the basket. Count it. He's got 10. Now 3 Blue Jays in double digits.
Aja Hong Betta, again, another drive to the board, winning that 3-on-1, extending this Blue Jays lead to 4 here.
He is challenging the Raiders to stop him. And right now, Vinny Aja Hong Betta, he's got that ball and he's going to drive on you. Look out. Nice move up. That one didn't fall for Burrows. Aja Hong Betta with another basket, or another rebound, excuse me. Here's Smith. Looked like he wanted to post up for a 3. Here's Trellenberg. We know he can shoot the 3. Smith, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Game clock at 3:10. Smith for 3, in and out. Boy, that was halfway down the cylinder.
Would have been a huge 3, and they're on a 7-0 run over the past 2 minutes, so they've been catching fire.
Mason Dupirak spins in. Bodies flying everywhere. Boone with another board. That gives Boone the double-double. 13 points and 10 boards. And Smith cruises in right at the block. Extends the lead to 6. 2:44 left. Burrows. There's a 3 by Cummings. Yep. You can count that. He's got 11 points. Now 1 of 3 from downtown, and that closes up just a little tighter. 64-61, 2:30 left.
And yeah, Cummings' first 3 of the night could not have came at a better time. 6-point lead, you know, it's really hard to come back. Then he cuts that lead in half. 1 possession game here, anything can happen. You really got to watch out for this Raiders team, especially past the arc here.
Yep, and you don't want to put this team to the line because they've shot only 7, but they're perfect from the line. So that's a team that can win a game from the free throw line. So you want to challenge them away from the ball or away from the basket is what you want to do. You don't want to give them too many easy opportunities, but you also want to pressure. You want to pressure them to mistakes, something they really haven't done. I mean, 20 turnovers to 13. You could say they've been sloppy, but to be honest with you, this has been a very competitive game. And a lot of these turnovers, I don't think, I mean, they didn't want to be turnovers. They were trying to move the ball down low and stuff, and ends up being a turnover that they normally wouldn't commit.
Yeah, a lot of these turnovers have came at the heat of the moment.
Yes. Ajahong Beta, he's double teamed, trying to kick this one out to Smith. Here's Boone, 8 on the shot clock. He loses it. Dupirek, nice move, gets it down low to Johnson. Just like that, it's down to 1 point, under 2 minutes left. 64-63. Ajahong Beta, he's going to drive in the paint. Shot up, no good, but he's going to go to the line. And for Vinny, he's 2 of 4 from the free throw line. These are big, big opportunities right here. These are must-makes down the stretch.
Yeah, you really got to sink both of these to extend the lead to 3 here.
Aiden Boone, a double-double, 13 points, 10 boards. Ajahong Beta, these are big for the Blue Jays. And he gets the roll. Pearson checks back in. Smith will check out for Elmhurst. (65-63). And he misses it.
That's a tough one.
Cordelli, yep, that is. Cordelli with the board. 2-point lead. Here's Burrows. 1:34 left. That one down. Boone comes out with it. Here's Trellenberg. Out to Vinny. Ajahong Beta turns around. He's going to go toward the basket. He's double teamed. Kicks it back out to Boone. Lahoud. Now Boone, he's going to chew up some of this shot clock. You've got to. They can take it down to 1 minute. Ajahong Beta. Oh, he's in trouble. Got to get the shot off. Turnaround shot. Count it!
Wow.
Ajahong Beta now with 13, and that was probably his biggest points of the night.
You could have not asked for anything.
Burrows cruises in. Johnson can't get it. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession's going to stay with the Raiders, and they'll have 20 on the shot clock. 45.7 left.
And wow, what a play. You could have not asked for anything better than that. Drawing that shot clock all the way to the end and then hitting that shot. That's the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, he's got ice in his veins. He's got 13 points. Boone with 13, 26 for Trellenberg. 3 Blue Jays in double digits. Cummings and Dupirek. Mason Dupirek in double digits for the visitors from Milwaukee. Turnaround shot, counted and one. Carson Cordelli.
Cordelli really showing up big when they need him. He could cut this to a 1-point lead, and really anything can happen here in these final 40 seconds.
This is a big free throw. 67-65, 40.7 left. Carson Cordelli. And he misses it. And it's gonna go off of Boone, and the Raiders will have it.
Wow, so an unfortunate turns of event with the miss. Huge miss, but it ends up being better for them in the long run.
And John, this has happened several times to the Blue Jays, where they've come down with the rebound and then it ends up going off of them, and they give it right back to the Raiders, especially at this time with 39 seconds left. 67-65, and the Raiders will have it baseline. And I mean, anything could happen here. We knew this was going to be a tough one. MSOE, I've seen play in the NAC. This is a team that's gritty and just one of those guys. I mean, I don't know if you ever played hockey before, but there's guys that I played hockey with when I used to know how to skate that would never leave me alone, and they were just like a gnat and just would not stop bothering me. And that's exactly what the Raiders are doing. They won't go away. They know that they're in the game. They know that they've got playmakers, just like the Blue Jays do, but it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes here down at the final 39 seconds.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just really going to come down to that. And again, just another, you hate to see it, another rough mistake. I mean, the Blue Jays could have had possession, could have wasted a lot of time. Even if they missed, they were going to be in a good position. But after that missed free throw, that's the exact last thing you needed for the Blue Jays. You're down 2 with 40 seconds. They have possession. If they sink this, it's anyone's game. Even if they miss, it's anyone's game. So you just hate to see it. You really got to lock in on those small things towards the end of the game.
Yep. And the fact that you're going to try to lock yourself into some of their big players, you know, Dupirac. Got to be careful. Can't leave him open. He'll drain a 3. He's really your only deep threat that's out on the court right now. Not to say the others can't shoot a 3, but it's proven here tonight that Mason's able to do that. And he has the ball right here. Dupirac goes around Pearson, gonna drive. Wild shot, offensive foul.
Wow, an absolutely great turn of events for the Blue Jays.
Yep, he lowered that shoulder. You can't do that. You cannot lower the shoulder. Now they're going to full court press, and they're going to force the Blue Jays to shoot free throws.
And that is huge. Of course, the Blue Jays had an unfortunate turns of events, but that is a huge break for the Blue Jays.
Yep, the Blue Jays have not shot well from the free throw line, and the Raiders know it. So they're going to full court press them. Schellenberg inbounding, finds Smith. Back up to Blahoots, back to Smith. Here's Cherry, they got a foul and they do. Cherry, no points, has not been to the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 from three-point land, 0 for 2. 0 for 2 from downtown, 0 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really big foul game here. You've got to make both of these to make it a 2-possession game. Even if you make one, they could come back and tie the game with a 3.
We'll be talking to head coach John Baines at the conclusion of tonight's contest. Hopefully we're talking about a Blue Jays win and a nail-biter. Here's Cherry. These are the biggest free throws of the night. He makes it.
What a shot there.
Looking to take it to a 2-possession game. Exactly what he does. Moving back into the contest. Cherry will check out. It's only 2 points, could be the biggest points of the night for the Blue Jays.
Cherry coming up big, 21.1 seconds to go. And as we know, it's a 2-possession game, so they got to hurry.
This is going to be your go-to guy right here, Dupirac. He's going to try to draw the contact. He'll get the basket. 26 points now, 69-67. Blue Jays will take a timeout, and they will only have 1 left. It looks like the Raiders are out of timeouts. 9 fouls for MSOE, 8 for the Blue Jays. Head coach John Baines has 1 more left as far as timeouts goes, but let's see if he's going to advance this too. He may be able to advance this.
And yeah, in this situation, it's a lot of things that come into play. You really got to foul right away. Hope they go 1 for 2 or maybe even 0 for 2 on the field goal. Or, three-point free throw. And then once they get the ball back, that's when you need to make a quick 2 or 3. You really just have to rely on these free throw misses.
So the object right here with 13.9 seconds left, the Raiders have got to foul immediately. They cannot allow it to inbound and to even take a couple steps. They got to foul the very first person. Or you might get someone just breaking away from the pack, and that might be Smith. There's Schellenberg. He can run the baseline. Tries to get that one into Smith. This will stay with the Blue Jays. No time off the clock. And now they'll have it on the side here. A little bit better of a view. Do you get it to Ajahong Betta? We'll see.
You just cannot afford a turnover in this situation.
Nope. They get it in. And Cherry, who just made those 2 free throws, will go back to the line. We keep saying ice in the veins. Let's see how much he has left in the ice drawer right here, because these are big. With 12.1 seconds left. Raiders out of timeouts, so they'll have to go the full length of the court. These are big for Jack Cherry, sophomore out of Carmel, Indiana. Makes it.
Big free throw, and if he hits this one, they're going to go up 2 possessions. This is huge here.
You know, you hate to see someone lose a game like this. This is a great game. But for the Blue Jays, I mean, you talk about gut check. That's exactly what they're doing right here. And Cherry looking for his 4th point. All free throws, makes it.
Absolutely outstanding. 4 points on the night, and they all come from 3 throws, and not just normal 3 throws, huge 3 throws late in the game.
Pirak's got to do something quick. Pirak's going to drive to the basket, and it's not going to go in. Boone with the board, and that will do it, folks. The Blue Jays will win here tonight, 71-67. They hold off the very pesky MSOE Raiders out of Milwaukee, and what a big win, and they remain perfect at 3-0. The Raiders dropped to 1-2.
Yeah, what a massive game, and it was such a fun game to watch and such a fun game to call. Both of these teams were in it the whole game, but just shout out to Trelenberg, team leading in points tonight, 26 points, and it was not just him tonight. It was a very well-rounded game, of course. Boone with a lot of these boards, Ajahong Betta with a lot of these offensive rebounds, and just a really well-rounded game for both of these teams, and Blue Jays get the win and advance to 3-0.
71-67. We'll take a very, very short break. When we come back, I have head coach John Baines talking about this victory here tonight. All right, Fagano Hall, 71-67. All right, we're back here with head coach John Baines. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations. You remained perfect here in the early part of the season, 3-0. But MSOE just would not go away. Pesky, pesky team.
That's a good basketball team, and they're really well coached. And I would be very surprised if they don't win or in that championship game in the NAC tournament. They've got they got an All-American guard, as you saw. He's a tough guard, and they got a bunch of seniors, and they know what they're doing. I consider this a very huge win for us.
Well, Vinny Ajahong Betta, I mean, again, we talk about him, seems like every broadcast, 13 points, 6 boards, but you had Aiden Boone tonight, huge. 13 and 11, he had a double-double. And then you threw Cherry out there, and you talk about ice in the veins. I need you to go hit some pretty important free throws, and he did it.
You know what? He was a freshman, and he played in some big games last year, and so he started 2/3 of our games, and he's coming off the bench for us now, and I'm so happy for him because I have a lot of faith in him. And he knocked those 4 in a row. I mean, that's huge. That's just putting that game away. And I don't know if there's too many guys that come off the bench that you're saying, hey, get the ball to him so they can knock down the free throws, and he did it. I love the kid.
And he had a big smile on his face, and to me, I would not have been able, my fingertips would have been bleeding. I would have chewed my nails right off, but yeah, that's just ice in the veins. Great job. But Dominic Trellenberg, well, I mean, you talk about a guy that was locked in tonight, 26 points. He was 6 of 9 from downtown. I mean, you talk about a guy that has been one of your go-to guys for many seasons, and this season is no different, and he just lit it up tonight.
You know, Dom has not played his best basketball, and he would be self-admitted to in the first couple games we played. He has worked so hard on his game. I mean, and I'm not just throwing this out there because he had a good game. I don't know if I've had a guy that's worked as hard as he has in the summer as Dom did this year. He's totally transformed his game. He's going to be one of the best players in our league. And he got off to a rough start in the first couple, but tonight he was really motivated to show what he could do, and he held us in the game. We turned them over 13 times in the first half. Mm-hmm. That helped us. And then Dom, if he doesn't score 20, we're down 8 or 9 at half, and I don't know if we win this game.
Well, we talked about the freshman from Moline last year, and now he's a sophomore. But Vinny, you can see the maturity and how much he has worked on in the offseason. I mean, he's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, and he's not afraid to flex his muscles and take the ball to the basket, shoot from outside. He's had some big shots tonight, and the kid just keeps getting better and better.
He is. You know, the first half, I bet if I went in and I talked to him at halftime and I said, what would you grade yourself, he'd probably give himself about a D because he was 1 for 8, and he was really kind of soft around the rim. And so you challenge him. I give our assistants a lot of credit. They really were talking to him a lot, saying, hey, get moving. And I think that's the real big sign of maturity. When a guy has a bad half and he doesn't just shut it down for the night, he can come back and have a half that he had. And those shots and those moves late in the second half, we just had a lot of guys making some big plays. It was huge.
You definitely did. Well, you win 71-67. You're going to be away from R.A. Falconer Hall for a little bit. It's kind of a weird stretch where no home games, but you come back and it starts with the CCIW. You got Illinois Wesleyan, as you know. You every night, and the CCIW is big, and that couldn't be any bigger.
I don't even want to think that far ahead.
Yeah, I know.
We've got Illinois College on Saturday, right, and they are a tough team.
They are.
And we're going to enjoy this one. You always got to enjoy the victories. And tomorrow we're turning the page, and we'll see if we can get the next one.
Well, Coach, congratulations. You're 3-0. Go enjoy this team victory tonight. I know the kids were excited. We're excited on the call here, and we couldn't be more happy for you. Congratulations on the win, and go enjoy it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, you guys.
Absolutely. That's head coach John Bain. 71-67, they dispatch the Raiders of MSOE. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the CCIW Network and Suncom.tv. Good night, everybody.